Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, boy do we finally have something to talk about because check out what is going on here on the Bitcoin chart. Guys, last night Bitcoin started a rally down here around $7,500, and as you can see, just a couple of minutes ago, Bitcoin rallied all the way to $8,600. Let's look at the minute chart here for a second. Over the last 20 to 30 minutes, Bitcoin has rallied over 10%, moving from where it was trading just below $7,750 to a climax of $8,602. We're now starting to flag out. It looks like we're kind of forming a consolidation pattern that may be continuing to break bullish here, and that's what we're going to need to be discussing in today's video, guys. But it's not just this breakout. This breakout is so massive that it actually calls into question the bearishness that we were discussing in the previous video. Now, I'll be honest with you, this came out of absolutely nowhere. The technicals did not predict this. There's, as far as I'm aware, no news story or any fundamentals that have caused this. This is just one of those things where maybe, I mean, some people are going to call this manipulation. Sometimes Bitcoin just pulls something out of left field, and that's what it looks like is happening right now. The reason this is so important, guys, is because right now the bulls and the bears both have a very strong argument, and what Bitcoin does here over the next couple of months is going to really be determined by what happens today. As you guys can see, Bitcoin has just gotten above the 20 daily exponential moving average. We've not been able to get above that for weeks now, but we just broke above it with this rally. But at the same time, guys, even though this is an argument in favor of the bulls, Bitcoin is having a death cross that we haven't seen in a year and a half today. So we're seeing some short-term bullishness compounded with some long-term bearishness that may have already been priced in. So really, guys, the bulls and the bears are at a deadlock right now, and I want to talk about in today's video which one is going to come out on top after this completely random rally. So guys, if you do enjoy this video, I encourage you to hit that like button down there. We bring you guys cryptocurrency content every single day. If you don't hit that like button, then I may have to go and tell my team of whales that caused this rally to go ahead and crash Bitcoin again, and we wouldn't want to have to do that now, would we? So make sure you hit that like button down there. And also, if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button and that post notification bell, guys. We do cryptocurrency videos every single day, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of them. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Now, the first thing that I have to mention here at the outset of the video is that Bitcoin is moving very quickly right now, which means that everything is going to be slightly outdated when this video comes out. Everything we're talking about should be the same, but the actual price of Bitcoin will be a little bit outdated. So make sure you go check your own charts and do your own analysis during and after the viewing of this video. Nevertheless, guys, as we know, we actually called this breakout down here with Bitcoin falling down to around $7,200, and we've been talking about for the last couple of days about how Bitcoin would probably break above $7,750 and fall down. Now, I want to be completely honest, this move came out of absolutely nowhere. I still don't see any technicals that were calling this. We have a lot of bearishness going on the chart right now, a lot of levels of support being broken, a lot of moving averages that are just not showing a lot of bullishness whatsoever. This is a bit of a random move, and you guys know that happens sometimes, and I personally can't find a news story that caused this either. This may have been one of those things where either a whale came in and bought up the market on thin order books, or sometimes, guys, the stars align and Bitcoin just rallies and there's not really a reason for it. Normally, technical analysis is going to reign, but sometimes something like this is going to happen. If I'm mistaken here and you guys do know why this happened, I would love for you to tell me in the comment section down below, and I'll give you a shout out in the next video, but I can't personally find an explanation for this. Nevertheless, it doesn't really matter why Bitcoin did it. What does matter is that Bitcoin did do it, and as I mentioned in the intro, guys, Bitcoin has finally gotten above the 20 DEMA, and that's a very important level of resistance. Frankly, guys, what I was expecting Bitcoin to do was to do something like what it just did, except it would only go to about $8,200. It would reject here and continue lower. Instead, in all of our exuberance, we broke straight through $8,200, and we're now trading up around $8,400. Now, whether we're going to be able to hold these high levels is yet to be determined. Of course, when Bitcoin does have major rallies like this, it's not uncommon for Bitcoin to Bart Simpson over. As you guys can see on the short-term chart here, Bitcoin is moving into a bit of a consolidation pattern, and this will probably break out by the end of this video, so I'll have commentary on that if that does happen. But the fact that Bitcoin got above the 20 DEMA is very important. Now, guys, keep in mind also that the death cross is happening today. The reason that this is so important is because this is a very bullish sign for Bitcoin getting above the 20 DEMA, and then this right here, this is a very bearish sign for Bitcoin. Bitcoin having a death cross is very, very rare and normally very, very bad. Let me show you the last time that happened. It was over a year ago in the end of March 2018. For that, the last death cross we saw was really over here in September of 2015, but the actual first death cross predates Coinbase's chart. You have to go on BLX. You'll find that last death cross that really meant anything back over here on the 10th of April in 2014. They don't happen very often, and they normally do result in a lot of bearish price action. So with that said, guys, who's going to prevail here? Are the bulls about to prevail, or are the bears going to prevail? Well, 3 hours ago, I would have said that the bears were probably going to prevail, that they were probably going to cause Bitcoin to fall even lower, maybe down below $7,200. But I'll be honest with you guys, Bitcoin has just gotten above the 20 daily exponential moving average, and that changes things. Because let me show you something about the way that markets move. A lot of times when the bulls are strong, you'll see what I call a V-bottom, like we saw over here in February of 2018. We saw something similar over here in April of 2018. And then as you can see, the bottom started widening out as Bitcoin started getting more and more bearish. But when Bitcoin actually had a lot of bullish strength, there'd be a V-bottom like this. We saw this happen a lot during the bull market in 2017 as well. well. V bottom, and then if you move later here into 2017, another kind of V bottom right there. Those are normally very strong indicators that the market is having a big recovery. And that's exactly what Bitcoin has put into motion here, guys. Bitcoin came down and it inverse Bart Simpson. And on the longer term charts, that does kind of look like a V bottom. Now, if Bitcoin falls over here and goes back below 77.50, then the bearish argument that we were making is still in effect. But for the time being, if Bitcoin can hold the level that it's at for a couple of days and stay above that 20 DEMA, maybe even come down to it and test it as support, that would be absolutely awesome. Then Bitcoin is probably going to retain its bullishness. Maybe Bitcoin could do something like this and bounce higher. This could be the start of a new uptrend, guys. But at the same time, like I said, there's a pretty strong bearish argument also, and that is that there is a death cross happening. These don't happen very often, and when they do, they're typically extremely important. So who's going to come out on top here? Well, guys, here's my analysis. Bitcoin's 20 daily exponential moving average is a much shorter term moving average, which means that it's much more reactive to the market, which means that its implications are much more quick acting and there's not as much lag in the 20 EMA's effects. In contrast, with this death cross, we've known that this death cross was going to happen for weeks now, which in my opinion means that it's probably been priced in. In fact, this death cross right here, the fact that it was happening around today was probably part of the reason that we dumped below 77.50 in the first place. I'll give you an example, guys. If we go on the Litecoin over US dollar chart, I'll show you something. Back a few months ago, there was the halving for Litecoin. It was somewhere around right here. And everybody was expecting when the halving happened, Litecoin would rally very quickly. But in fact, everybody knew when the halving was going to happen, so all of the rally happened quite a bit before that. It was priced into the structure of Litecoin before the halving itself actually happened because people knew that it was coming. In a similar manner, guys, people knew that this death cross was coming, and we've known it for a couple of weeks, which means that a lot of its effects have already been priced in. Bitcoin breaking above the 20 exponential moving average, on the other hand, though, this was completely unexpected. I don't know of anyone that called this. There have been some people that have been calling for very high price targets in the next week or two, but there hasn't been anyone, to my knowledge, that's predicted Bitcoin doing what it just did over the last hour. So what that means is that the bulls and the bears are relatively equal right now. I would say that instead of the bears having all the control right now, it's a much more evenly matched battlefield. Bitcoin has rallied, it's broken resistance, it's set a new uptrend in motion that hopefully we can maintain, even though the bears have their technicals that are going to take a couple days to update and swing bullish, like our MACD, RSI, etc. The main argument for the bears was that we were in a downtrend, and until the trend ends, the trend is your friend. Well, guys, Bitcoin just broke an important level of resistance, and it just set a higher high. So that trend, if we can maintain an $8,400 Bitcoin, has just come to an end. Guys, remember, the trend is your friend until it ends, and right now it looks like that bearish trend is ending. Now, I know I've already said it in this video, but I'm gonna say it again because it's so important. Bitcoin has only been above 77.50 for about an hour, not even an hour just yet. So please understand that even by the time this video comes out, Bitcoin may have fallen all the way back down. I've seen this happen before, where Bitcoin has a massive blow off top, trades sideways for a couple hours, and then just falls right back over because we weren't ready for it. That kind of thing can very well happen, and if it does, we'll cover it in tomorrow's video. But if Bitcoin can hold up here, especially above the 20 EMA, which is sitting right around here, especially if it can hold this, then we are definitely looking at a new uptrend forming in Bitcoin, and we may see a lot more bullishness coming into the market over the next couple of days, which I don't know about you, that's most certainly welcome news to me. Anyway, guys, I'm very happy to see a move like this. I'm very happy to see something interesting happening in Bitcoin, so tell me in the comments section down below what your take is on this. Do you think Bitcoin is going to be able to use this as a restart for the bulls, and do you think Bitcoin is going to be able to manage to come up here, get above the 200 daily simple moving average, maybe bounce off of it and continue higher? And do you think that this is the start of a new uptrend? I would love to hear your comments on that in the comment section down below. And also, guys, if you haven't already, join our Discord server. We got a great conversation going on over there right now. It's up on my second monitor. Let's have a chat about what's going on. I'd love to see your pretty face over there as soon as this video is over. Anyway, guys, one more thing before we wrap the video up is that there is currently a sale running on CT2A. For the month of October, you can get $40 off the Academy with the link in the description down below. If you guys aren't already in CT2A, let me explain what CT2A is. It's about a 34 video course consisting of 10 hours of premium content that'll teach you a lot about technical analysis that will greatly sharpen your skills in technical analysis, guys. There's a lot of content in here that is not talked about on YouTube, quite frankly, because it's not sexy enough to make a clickbaity thumbnail. And there's a lot of stuff in here that, as far as I'm aware, is not taught in any other course in the cryptocurrency space. You're getting access to 10 hours of content. There are courses in the Bitcoin space that run for $2,000, and they have like 5 hours of content, and they don't talk about the important things that we talk about in this course, such as gut feeling, how to plan and execute profitable trades, gauging the strength of support and resistance. This video was how we called this bearish breakout over here. The 20 exponential moving average that we've been talking about in this video, there's a dedicated video on CT2A on that because it's such an important concept. Guys, the most important thing that you can do to become a profitable trader in cryptocurrency is to have a proper education in cryptocurrency and understand how technical analysis works. If you don't understand how technical analysis works, if you can't read the markets with a lot of accuracy, you're not going to make money in these markets predicts with a lot of accuracy, guys. Cryptocurrency is all about investing, so why invest in Bitcoin when you could first invest in your education and multiply those gains for your Bitcoin trading and investing throughout the future. If you guys would like, you can join our Discord server down below and talk to some of our students and get their take on it. I'd love for you guys to get some private testimony from our students. I have nothing to do with it. Go and talk to them. Join the Discord server down below. Say, hey, is anybody in Jeb's Academy? What do you think? DM me. I want you guys to have private conversations where I'm not there, so there's no chance that I have anything to do with it. I'm fully confident in the product that we built here, and our 900 students are greatly enjoying it. So definitely join us down below and see what they have to think. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. Keep an eye on your chart because crazy things are happening. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always, though, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.